Alright, time for another box. This one's heavy. Something important in there. We already did this box. There's a box of Harley parts already went through. Don't need that one. This one. I think that feels like a Harley cylinder. I'm guessing flathead. It had a good thump to it when I dropped it. I was doing a packaging testing, see how good the packaging is, wrapping materials are. It was alright, but it wasn't anything to write home about. Probably got one layer of crap in there. Yeah, that's about all that was in there. Big layer of popcorn in there. Messy junk. This definitely feels like a flathead cylinder. Oh yeah. Ain't coming out very easily. Trying to make a mess. I don't like making a mess because I got to clean them up. Sometimes that's what you got to do to get the stuff out. It doesn't want to come out. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that's definitely a flathead cylinder. Box of junk. You clean up your mess. It takes you a couple minutes. If you make a bigger mess, it takes longer. Alright, so it's a 45 cylinder down there. I'm guessing there's probably studs sticking through that. That's making a lot of noise. Oh yeah, there's a stud sticking through right there. And there's a trike cylinder. Trikes have studs sticking out. Solos usually have no studs, unless it's a 30s motor, then it'll have studs also. There's a 40s and later. Well, solos only go to 52. It'll have no studs. First layer. That is one rusty ass cylinder. Yeah, it definitely got left out there in the pond for a while. Oh, that's got some really good rust going there. Alright, so that would be a front cylinder, because this is the right side of the bike right here. Looks like that. And the exhaust usually comes out the front on a front cylinder. It comes out the back on the back cylinder. Usually how these things work. It's definitely got studs on it, which means it makes it a trike. It has a 36 casting number in here because it's a 36 and later cylinder. The valves are sunk pretty deeply in there, so it's got some mileage to it. It's got a little bit of radius showing right here. That's a good sign. That means it's relatively small bore. It doesn't look like it's much more than about 20 over bore right there. Maybe 20 or 30 over. And look at the rust in this thing. Man, there's some thick barnacly rust. Blast that off. That's got rust underneath it. All right, where's my new caliper I found? My missing tools I found. Okay, it's hard to measure this side because it's got the buildup from carbon around the top up in here. If you want to measure a cylinder, always go to the bottom first and see what you got. Okay, 27480 is standard. It's bigger than I thought it was. It's 85. So 750 is theoretically standard, so we're at 35 over. And we're on rust. So this is 40 over right now. It's rusty as hell. It's bigger than I thought it was. Can't always go by that relief on that side. There's a radius right here stock. And the bigger that radius is, the smaller the bore is, because it hasn't been cut out yet. These look like there's a lot of wear in these, so that tells you it's got a lot of miles on it, but yeah, just look like it's a bit better. So this got probably 20 thou worth of rust in there. So if you're 40 over right now, you put 20 worth of rust, that's 60 minimum, 70 for sure, pretty much. And you're allowed to go 70. So that's pretty much, you got 1 or 2 more shots on this one, it's done. Plus is I don't see any broken fins yet. All the fins are here and intact. The intake nipple's good, not bashed in. The threads still look good. Exhaust spigot has not got a bunch of holes and weld in it where people are trying to hold pipes in. It's pretty nice centered too. It's nice. Not much core shift. So overall the cylinder looks pretty damn nice. Even the head gasket surface isn't really that big of the rust. And so this isn't rusted too bad here, but you get in there deeper it is. Now you got a linear line going straight up and down. That's evidence of other issues. It doesn't feel, I don't feel it, so that's where a wrist pin would go up and down and gouge a piston. And the wrist pins would be on this side and this side, which is on the opposite where the, see, the piston goes back and forth like that, so the hole goes through here for holding it. So if you had a bad wrist pin, it'd probably be on this side or the other side of the cylinder, which in this case is right where that scratch is. It's got a pretty good lip on that bore there, you can feel it too. So it's a lot more heavier rust up here on the top. Until you blast, you don't really know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's got to go at least 60 to clean it. I'd be shocked if it cleaned at 50. Studs are decent looking, so overall it's a usable cylinder. So it's going to have some pretty heavy rust here. Yeah, you can tell its life like this a lot. Probably with the motor, it's probably together with the motor upside down because all the rust, all the moisture's on top here. And just see all these sides of the fins are really heavily rusted, and over on this side here, see it's not too bad. Not really much rust at all on it. So it looks like it's sat upside down, but it had to have a head on it, otherwise that gasket surface there would be destroyed, you would think. Maybe not. If it was on some kind of a workbench, it might not have rusted too bad there. And the water just sat on top of the fins. It could have been something like that too. It's hard to tell. But overall, it's it's hoping the bore a little bit smaller than it is, but other than that, it's not a bad cylinder. So trike, it's going to be 36 to 52. I mean to 72. So we pretty much use them all the same. Not really any difference in these things. They pretty much fit a lot of years. So there you go. Not too bad a condition. Looks livable to me. Just the stud part there is the only thing I don't really like, but if you're into trikes, it's perfectly well made for a trike. So there you go. All right, that's it for that one.